Well, good evening, racing fans. Welcome to racing action from Grand River Raceway here in Elora for this Monday evening, live from Center Wellington, nonetheless. And we have a good card of racing lined up for you this evening. The track condition listed is fast. It is cloudy, but track is fast, and of course, the announcers listed as slow. Let's get a look at the changes. Note in race number one, too easy. Scratch one, too easy. And number 4, Century Kalimba. The driver will be Mark McDonnell. Mark McDonnell drives for Century Kalimba. In race number 2, number 6, Streak Acid. Jay Harris will drive. Race 2, number 6, Jay Harris driving. And number 9, this chick bet, Scott Young will drive. Scott Young will drive the 9. In race number 3, number 6, Easy Breezy Beautiful, Scott Coulter will drive. Scott Coulter drives 6, Easy Breezy Beautiful in the 3rd. In race number 4, number 5, Southwind Caesar, the driver will be Mark McDonnell. Mark McDonnell will drive 5, Southwind Caesar. Race number 5, 1TH Jackie's Legacy. The driver, Mark McDonnell, and scratched his 7 All She Can. So Mark McDonnell drives the 1TH Jackie's Legacy and scratch 7 All She Can. Races 6 and 7 have no changes. No change as races 6 or 7. Race number 8, 7 Bearcat Willie, driver to be announced. That's race 8, 7 Bearcat Willie, driver to be announced. And 9 Better Be Gouda is scratched. Race 8, 9 Better Be Gouda, scratched. Race 9, 5 Last Shot, Samuel Filya is the driver. Race 9, 5 Last Shot, Samuel Filya. And the 10th race, no changes. No changes, race number 10. Those are all the changes that we have at this moment. Note we are about 15 minutes to post time. And time to welcome in our handicapping host for the evening. We have a lot of driver changes, but we don't have a change in our handicapping expert because, well, we got the best. So why not keep them just plugging in every race night? How are you doing, Rob, buddy?
We know how much he loves it here at the river. Will he like the new 5.8s? That's the question. He's got post 8, though. But a slew of speed and quality horses on the inside of him. Really excited for that finale tonight. But you know me, I love the multi-leg wagers, and we always start the show off by talking about that early pick 5 with the guaranteed pool of $5,000, low takeout of 15%. And Gary and I will come back, give you our suggested tickets for that wager at about 8 minutes to post. Thank you. Post everyone for the opening dash of the evening. You know what time that is then. It's time to take a look at what Gary and I have mapped out for you in the early pick five. Again, the pool's guaranteed $5,000, low takeout 15%, and spending a little bit less than I did on Friday night last week, trying to keep it a little bit economical. And starting off with three deep here in the opening leg, the 3, 4, and 7. Really liking the price right now in the 7 Soda Queen at 25 to 1. Three deep, though, for me here in the opening dash. Just the 5 and 7 in race number 2. Those look like the logical ones. Twin B, Nancy's Wish, and the 7 Swift Talker. I think those are the ones that look most logical in the second dash of the evening. And then my best bet in race 3, Miss Mac. Sure, or Miss Ma AK. Well, I'll let Gary correct me on that one because he calls the horse all the time. But she is my best bet. First start, Joe Pereira. Austin Story picks up the drive. Rail Control. I've played her quite a few times for her previous connections, and she's turned in some decent efforts. And I think we'll likely see her go forward off the gate tonight. I like her chances a lot in race number 3. That is the one debuting out of the barn of Joe Pereira now. And then race 4, the 3, 4, 5, and 8. Very competitive looking trotting event. You've got a horse that's going to take a lot of money in the 5 Southwind Caesar, who has not won the last 2 years, 0 for 58 last 2 seasons. So there's some possibilities in there for a price. I went with the 8 downstairs party on top, but 4 deep with the 3, 4, 5, and 8. And then in race number 5, the money leg, the 5 and 9, Premier Harris, the 5, and the 9, Stay Lucky. Stay Lucky would have likely been a single for me if her nose was on the gate. That trailing post, though, we've seen it be even more tricky, I think, with the new track configurations. But still going to be my top choice. The 9, Stay Lucky, but going too deep with the 5, Premier Harris, $9.60 for a 20-cent bet for my ticket. But what does Gary Guy have in store for us tonight?
Well, we're spending the same money. And by the way, if you're waiting for me to give you some advice on how to announce certain things, don't count on me for expertise. That's going to take you down a bad road. Listen, in the first race, 3, 4, and 9, I added Porch Pirate, and I see that is your fourth choice. So I have the 3, 4, and 9. I do think it's the 3 and 4, and you see in the tote board. And then also 9 Porch Pirate. Trailer post, I am not enamored with that post, but I just didn't want to leave John Pentland off the ticket to start off. And Travis Henry with Porch Pirate. In the second race, I'm alone on the 7 Swift Talker. I made that a single, so I got confidence in Swift Talker. In race number 3, well, this is where I know we don't have to add up how many different tickets we have together because, well, you have. Oh, no, pardon me. I was looking at the wrong thing. So actually, oh, you have the 1. That's correct. You have the 1 alone, and that's right. We don't have any tickets together because I have only the 2 and the 3 Jam Outspoken in Cove Beach. So, and Miss Mac, that's what I go with. But sometimes, Rob, you know what I do? I go with what I think is easiest rather than what is right. That's a good plan for life as well. Race number 4, I have the 1 and 2. Race 4. I have Tangled Wild Road and Moscow Moon, the inside couple. And that's where we also have a huge difference because you've got the 3, 4, 5, and 8, and I'm on the 1 and 2. Was I looking at the wrong race? I don't know. And race number 5, the 5 and 9, but I have a few more in there if I'm alive at that point. The 1, 3, 5, and 8. The 1, 3, 5, and 8. So no combinations together, I believe, but $9.60.
Well, there you have it. $9.60 for both Gary and I. But yeah, no chances for us both to be winners. And 2 legs where we are completely different. 2 legs where we have no common horses. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that. But hey, that's good. Good for some debating on those dashes, and nice to have different opinions. So there you have it, folks. 3 minutes to map out your winning wagers for this early pick 5. Again, the pool's guaranteed $5,000. Takeout's always a low 15%. Map out. Oh, map out your winning wagers for that wager, and we'll come back in just a few moments to take a closer look at race number 1 after the post parade.
Field 4, race 1 on parade. 1 is scratched, and number 2 is Can Catch Kenzie. Ryan DeRocher, Mike Witniewski, and Tara Isman and Garrett Isman. Number 3 is Wyatt's Flower at number 10, Jason Ryan from Helene DuPont. And 4 is Century Kalimba, Mark McDonnell for Jody Cullen and John Collings. And number 5 is Silent Lucidity, Brett McDonough for Robert Kyle Fellows and Yolanda Fellows and Blair Corbeil and Fred Niclerio. Number 6 is Letty Hamish. It's Samuel Filya for Stephen Doyle. And the owner is Christine Doyle. And number 7 is Soda Queen, Paul McKenzie for Gary McDonald. 8 is Perfect Juno, Scott Culver, Ken Skinner, and the owner is Bernard Murphy. And 9 is Porch Pirate, Travis Henry for John Pentland and Alan Bowden and VMB Stable. It's a field of 8 for race number 1. Let's get a look at the main players in this dash. And first up, we'll start with number 4, Century Kalimba. Mark McDonnell with that catch drive as Travis Cullen not here this evening. Powerful barn. It's tough to go against Jody Cullen. And also, Century Kalimba is currently the favorite at 7-5. Rob, your thoughts on having that one on top is I went a different way.
You just said it right, Jody Cullen's barn. And they won, 3 of 4 last night at Georgian in dominating fashion as well. And I think they won their last 4 of their last 5 starters overall. Kind of went through a bit of a lull, too. Like, they're usually putting up numbers like, night after night. There's a couple nights where, I guess just the way it worked out, a lot of their horses ended up not hitting the board, but then they came back with a vengeance with a victory on the weekend on the big track at Mohawk Park, and then they had those 3 victories at Georgian Downs last night. And I mean, you saw them. Sergeant Slaughter came from off the pace. He raced large. So I just thought that this looks like the right spot for Century Kalimba. I mean, you've got a horse here that's made almost 50,000 so far in her life. Picks up Mark McDonnell, who's been winning some races. Right, he had a win at Hiawatha over the weekend. So yeah, I'm thinking that this is the horse to beat in here. Odds on, we don't like that, but I do think that she's the one to beat.
And number 3, YS Flower, number 10 is my top pick, and maybe a little bit up against it here to keep. I got the last 6 races correct on Friday night, so I'm trying to make it to 7, but I'm up against it against the favorite, but I also at least get some value at 5-1.
Little humble brag there from Gary Guy. I like it. 3 YS Flower number 10. You know what? I think off past performances, you'd have to say, to me, it looks like it should be those 2, right? Century Kalimba and YS Flower number 10. And obviously the better price right now lies with the latter of those 2 at 5-1. So I would say, yeah, if you're betting to win, I would go in that direction. Post 9 last time at Georgian Downs. Now you come down to post 3 here at the River. We really haven't seen too much to say that that spot's not a good spot to be in, and by all rights it should be. So I think it's those 2, and I do think you're on the right side of value.
7 Soda Queen is one that has had plenty of pop of late, but the problem is 0 for 18 in the win column.
I would be all over her at 13-1 if we saw closers have any chance here so far, right, Gary? Like we've seen it in our 2 nights so far over this surface. It's been a fair track, but horses have not been able to close after, when they get to the top of the turn. No one really comes from out of it. She has been kind of a stone cold closer from post 7. I think that's going to be the name of her game tonight. I think she's a big overlay at 13-1. Even though she's over 17, I think she's got all kinds of ability. I just don't know if she can win if the track plays the way it played on Wednesday and Friday of last week.
And I went to Porch Pirate, added that one onto my pick 5 ticket. Trailer post, I've told you, I just don't like the trailer post here now, the way things are set up.
Yeah, she's got the goods. There's no doubt about it. I did pretty well on this horse a couple times at the raceway. However, I mean, she was odds on in both those efforts. For me, I think I put one trailer post on top tonight. It's going to have to take, a pretty strong feeling for me to put one on top. We've seen the trailer post actually to me, and I think you said it too. It looks tougher now over the 5/8, and it makes sense that it would be right. Like the bigger the surface, the trailer post should actually become a tougher spot to get away from. So I like Porch Pirate as a horse, but the reason why she's 9-1 right now, I think, is solely because she's got that tricky trailer spot. But that getting back on more of a regular rotation might help her chances. And like you said, connections you never want to ignore.
Well, you're on Century Kalimba all the way down to 1-5. I'm getting 9-1 on my pick. Why is Flower number 10 as they take up their positions? And it'll be Can't Catch Kenzie. Why is Flower number 10 on the inside? In the center is Century Kalimba, Silent Lucidity, Lady Hamish. To the outside, Soda Queen, Perfect Juno. Second tier, Porch Pirate. Field of 8, race number 1. Field 4, race 1, first of 10 dashes on this Monday evening into the stretch drive. They're nearing the start. And they're off. Silent Lucidity and Lady Hamish. And also getting out well now is YS Flower number 10. And on the inside, Can't Catch Kenzie. But YS Flower number 10 and Can't Catch Kenzie, the top two right now. Century Kalimba racing on the outside third. Then Porch Pirate gets out well from the trailer post to be racing fourth. Then it is Lady Hamish and Silent Lucidity. Soda Queen and Perfect Juno. And it is YS Flower number 10 who's got the lead and dropped down to 9-5 now in the late action. Can't Catch Kenzie has caught a pocket ride, and Century Kalimba is racing third and in front of Porch Pirate. Then fifth is Lady Hamish as they work their way on up towards the half off that opening quarter at 28-1. Silent Lucidity is sixth, and then Soda Queen and Perfect Juno. And they work their way on into the backstretch. YS Flower number 10 has a lead of a couple of lengths. Can't Catch Kenzie is second. Porch Pirate on the outside is moving up now and giving cover to Lady Hamish. And Century Kalimba is locked down to the inside, racing fifth. Silent Lucidity is sixth, and then Soda Queen and Perfect Juno. YS Flower number 10, 58-2 halftime, 30-1 second panel. YS Flower number 10 leads it by a length right now over Porch Pirate. Can't Catch Kenzie on the inside. Lady Hamish is situated well, second over, and is now going to angle to the outside. Century Kalimba driven up the inside with nowhere to go right now. And then it is back to Silent Lucidity and Soda Queen trying to kick in late. And then Perfect Juno. The field turns from off three quarters, 127-1. YS Flower number 10. Porch Pirate on the outside. YS Flower number 10. Porch Pirate up the inside, getting closer now is Can't Catch Kenzie. And it is YS Flower number 10. Can't Catch Kenzie. It is close, but it might have been Can't Catch Kenzie winning. Then YS Flower number 10 and Porch Pirate 156-4. Rob, an interesting dash in the first race in terms of, we get a price, I believe, at 25-1.
Sure, I always do. Can't Catch Kenzie up the inside there, racing off a qualifier over the surface, and got a nice trip in behind YS Flower number 10. I thought YS Flower number 10 was home, especially when the half clicked up. And Century Kalimba obviously getting kind of locked in, but she didn't have an overly abundance of pace in the stretch, anyways. So I think she kind of lost that one fair and square. But yeah, very interesting dash. And Soda Queen, you saw her out like 6 wide coming off the turn. She closed with some vigor, but it's just not going to work, right? It's just not going to work, the way things kind of panned out.
I just want to see this slow mo because you know what? It's a little closer than and I'm a little rusty, but I just when I go with what I believe I saw first time around. Why hedge your bets? And we'll see. We're looking at the slow mo, but Can't Catch Kenzie gets that pocket trip, and here comes the slow motion. And I'm standing with what I thought I saw.
Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt you. I never doubt you, Gary. You know that.
Oh no, 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 no! You have doubted me. Come on, man.
A couple times. I mean, a couple times. Usually, when I'm sweating out a photo, and you're trying to tell me that it's not close, and I'm always going to kind of hedge my bets there. But there it is. We start off with a bombs away winner, right? 25 to 1 to kick off the card. Nice pool, by the way. Thanks to the support, everyone. $8,000, Gary, in that early pick five. And this is certainly going to throw a bit of a monkey wrench right into that wager, and we'll certainly set up a big payout, or you never know, maybe some more bombs. We might be able to see a carryover.
Yeah, a lot of people who had pick five tickets were saying, "Come on, Gary, be wrong. Come on, you can be wrong. I know you can be wrong." Well, 2396, the top four. And coming back in front of us is the winner of race number one. It's number two, Can't Catch Kenzie, a 4-year-old big Jim Brown mare. Can't Catch Kenzie takes the first race. The owner is Tara Isman, along with Garrett Isman, Mike Wojtniowski, the trainer, and Baby Shark, Ryan DeRoche with the winning drive. It's the third win this year for Can't Catch Kenzie and the third lifetime. The first race payouts to Can't Catch. Well, thought it was the payouts. 2396, the top four. Getting ahead of myself. First race payouts to Can't Catch Kenzie, 54.80, 18.90, 13.90. 3 YS Flower number 10, 460, 350. 9 Porch Pirate, 380. $2 Exactor, 180, 360. Dollar Try, 377.20. Dollar Super, $2,007.70. The first race order finish from the top down is a scratch 12574 683. That's scratch 12574 683 on the bottom. And there is a look at your photo from race number 1. Can't Catch Kenzie.
4 minutes to post to race number 2, and that means it is time for the early pick 4. And if you're like myself and went dead in that pick 5 with the bombs away winner, can't catch Kenzie in the opening dash, then you're going to want to jump in to this wager starting right here in race number 2. Guaranteed pool $2,500, low takeout 15%, and yours truly keeping it the same as my pick 5 ticket, the 5 and 7 here to kick it off here. Don't have the favorite right now. The favorite is the 2, I Dream of Jeannie, but I've got the 5 and 7, too deep in race number 2. And then my best bet of the card, race 3, the 1, Miss Mac, rail control. First start, Joe Pereira and Austin Story jumps aboard. 3, 4, 5, and 8 in race number 4, kind of a wide open looking trotting event in there. And then race 5, the 5 and 9, Premier Harris. I do like her chances a lot, but the 9, Stay Lucky. Wasn't for that trailing post, I'd probably have her single. I thought she's raced really well in recent efforts, and this will be a good spot for her. Other than the fact she needs to start from the second tier. $3.20 is the cost of that ticket for a 20-cent wager. Also get tickets from Conley Ecclestone, so we'll take a look at what he's got in store for us for this wager as well. And there it is right there. So he's going 2 by 2 by 2 by 3. He agrees with me here with the 5 and the 7. The 7 Swift Talker just moved down to 2-1 favoritism. So 2 deep here for Conley. Then he goes to 3 and 9. It's Cove Beach and Soundbite Hanover in race number 3. So no chance that we'll both cash a ticket, but hopefully one of us will. Race 4, the 2 and 5. He's got Moscow Moon and Southwind Caesar. And then the 5th race, the money leg, he's going 3 deep with the 1, 5, and 9. So the same 2 that I have, but he's adding in the 1. TH, Jackie's Legacy for the Jody Cullen barn. $4.80 is the cost of Conley's ticket. But you've got 2 minutes to map out your winning wagers for this early pick 4. Again, the pool's guaranteed at $2,500. The takeout's always a low 15%. We'll come back in just a few moments to take a closer look at race number 2.
Field 4 race number 2 is on parade. 1 is Liquor is Quicker. Scooter Gimlet drives for James Dean. Number 2 is I Dream of Jeannie, J.B. Renault for Julie Walker and Len Gamble. And number 3, Page Rock Scissors, John Barrington for Janai Gallant. And number 4, Lightsey, Child of Moore for Rod Boyd and Glenn Bechtel and Rachel Simpson. And number 5, Twin B, Nancy's Wish, Sean Stacy drives and trains for Mark and Natasha Stacy and Bertrand Gillespie. And number 6 is Street Cassidy. It is Jay Harris for Mike Rive. The owners are Ray Primo. And number 7 is Swift Talker, Travis Henry for John Pentland and Hut Racing. 8 is Pinch of Salt, Dan Meegans for Paul Meegans and Saltwater Stable. And 9 was This Chick Bet, Scott Young for Riley Noble and Pat Jarvis. It's a field of 9 for the second dash. Let's get right to it and take a look at this field. And Rob Swift Talker is one that I think should have a pretty big chance, but it's the first start of the year. Had just one start last year as a 2-year-old as well.
Last year it was a good one though. I mean, I remember that at Mohawk Park, got away way back and closed up nicely to be second. Now the qualifier, I guess, leaves a little bit to be desired. But the one thing that I'm going to like about it, Gary, is what those consecutive faster quarters, 2 minutes and one, final quarter 27 and 4. Obviously, races for strong connections. You and I both have the utmost respect for the barn of John Pentland, and post seven obviously isn't as much of a concern anymore. Here at the river with the bigger surface and playing more fair to the outside post. She's got six siblings that have more than 100,000 in career earnings, and a couple with more than 600,000. So there's definitely some bloodlines there for her as well. So I landed on her. In here, I thought it was going to be left to two horses to decide it, but I guess if I was going to go with one of them alone, it would have been Swift Talker. But she's also 1 to 2 in the board, so nothing too attractive about that price right now.
Number 5, Twin Bee Nancy's Wish is also one that had one start as a 2-year-old and makes her first start this year.
Yeah, and jumped it off in that effort. Here it was a half-mile surface, and I like her previous appearance. So I like both of the horses we like here, the 5 and the 7, both of them looking pretty sporty on the track. But Twin Bee Nancy's Wish, obviously faster in her qualifier, 57 and 3. In her most recent qualifier, she as well, she had a couple 30-second quarters at the start of that. Then she went consecutively faster after. And she also, has some notable siblings as well. Twin Bee Tough Enough, over 700,000 made, and Twin Bee Fighter over 340,000 made. Again, to me, it was kind of difficult to separate the two. That's why I used them both on the ticket. So again, if I'm in that situation, I'd say you're obviously getting a much better number right now in Twin Bee Nancy's Wish at 7 to 1 versus the 1 to 2. But those are the two I wanted to be involved in the most, and I think that they come into it with obviously a bit of a speed edge over their rivals in here.
Number 2, I Dream of Jeannie. Look at the pattern. One start as a 2-year-old, first start as the 3-year-old tonight.
Yeah, and you know what? You gotta like that when horses are managed well. I mean, again, we don't know what necessarily happens to these horses at two. It might be a maturity thing, might be a growth thing. Could be some issues that need to be sorted out. But again, the three that we talked about so far, you're right. One start at two, now they're coming back at three. First start, this horse took a lot of money out of the gate on the betting cycle. Opened off as the heavy favorite, and inside draw against solid connections and certainly is showing some speed in her qualifiers. What I didn't like about her latest was that 31 and 2 on the end of it, but she did kind of closely attend, some decent enough fractions in the early going. She looks okay on the track as well. 7 to 1. I'd want a little more than that. Like I'd lean Twin Bee Nancy's Wish at 8 to 1 versus her at 7 to 1. But I think she's got every chance at the ticket.
We both have the same top 3, but I went Liquor is Quicker for my fourth choice, and you went Street Cassidy, and I see the logic on Street Cassidy after that 33-1 opening quarter in the qualifier. But I want to talk about Liquor is Quicker because Scooter Gimlet is graduating the University of Guelph tomorrow. He took the sports management course, and he's graduating with honors, a Bachelor of Commerce, a degree. So just wanted to throw out that congratulations to Scooter Gimlet. Those of you who watch Flamborough will know why he's called Scooter.
Yeah, no, congrats to Scooter, aka Carter. Gilbert, love seeing him. You know what? Soda, he will always ask me about him on the scooter, right? When he goes back and forth on it there. Awesome guy. Very, happy for him. Obviously graduating with honors, but love what he's doing as a driver as well with that victory. It must have been exhilarating for him. So, again, real control here on a filly that's got a chance too, right? So I think we'll likely, see her probably get somewhat forwardly placed. But it's been difficult to leave from that rail spot here, but we'll see what Scooter can do here with Liquor is Quicker.
And Scooter has been driving well, and Liquor is Quicker. This will be the second start off of missing one due to sickness. Drove this one, has driven Liquor is Quicker that start, the last one, but still that was off of being sick.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so Chester, and by the way, So, you God now Street Cassidy, final quarter 28-1 in the qualifier. You said 33-1 in the opening quarter. Can't fault the horse for only going 2 minutes. So I thought this one had a chance to land in the exotic. 17-1, not the worst price in the world.
Absolutely a logical choice into your top four. It's a field of nine for the second. Liquor's Quicker, I Dream of Jeannie, Page, Rock, Scissors on the inside. Lightsy, Twin B, Nancy's Wish, and the outside Street Cassidy, Swift Talker, A Pinch of Salt, and the second tier, This Chick Bets. It's a field of nine for the second race. Field for the second race is at the start, and they're off. And I Dream of Jeannie will leave out with Liquor is Quicker, who's going to be racing from the pocket. Lightsy is third. Then it is Twin B Nancy's Wish and Page Rock Scissors. And then Swift Talker is sixth away. Then it is back to A Pinch of Salt. This Chick Bets, and well back is Street Cassidy. And it's I Dream of Jeannie who's got the lead, but Liquor is Quicker at 13-1 was quick enough to get a pocket ride in the early going. Lightsy third, and the opening quarter was 28-1, and then racing position fourth is Page Rock Scissors as they work their way off the turn and they head on towards us. And then fifth is Twin Beat Nancy's Wish popping to the outside. Swift Talker now is moving up swiftly, has a lot of work to do though. And then the trailing three are A Pinch of Salt and This Chick Bets and Street Cassidy. And Street Cassidy is way back and out of it. They work their way on up towards the half off that 28-1 opening quarter. It is I Dream of Jeannie. Liquor is Quicker is getting a lovely trip. Swift Talker on the outside now is moving closer and is taken over third, is about 3.5 off the lead. Then Twin B Nancy's Wish. Lightsy on the inside is fifth now. Page Rock Scissors, and then A Pinch of Salt as they work their way on towards the 3/4 mile marker. And it is still I Dream of Jeannie with the front. I Dream of Jeannie. Now Swift Talker is getting closer and is swiftly moved up to be just a half length off the lead. Twin B Nancy's Wish is trying to take third from Liquor is Quicker. 1:27.3 the 3/4 time, and the field is turning for home. Swift Talker, I Dream of Jeannie, and racing third is Twin B Nancy's Wish, and Liquor is Quicker now is racing fourth on down the stretch. Round they come. Swift Talker is going to win. I Dream of Jeannie is second, then Twin B Nancy's Wish, and Liquor is Quicker. The mile time 1:56.2. Swift Talker, well, Rob, from off the pace, but did at least make that move earlier rather than leaving it later in the mile.
Way, near the top, you've got to kind of make that move in the earlier stages. Certainly, the outside. Making those first over moves here has proved positive from what we've seen last week, and again, obviously with this one tonight. I think Swift Talker, obviously, she raced like she was much the best in there, and she ended up being much the best. But not a bad effort from I Dream of Jeannie, and also Twin B Nancy's Wish, very steppy on the final turn. You saw once she straightened out, she really kind of found her stride. So maybe some tinkering with her, and she could take a step forward off that.
And I Dream of Jeannie actually is one now to think about because that was a pretty decent mile.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, absolutely. Leaving out of there from the inside of the gate. I mean, it's interesting, right? Remember our opening night this season, we kind of wondered, will they be able to get off the gate from the inside? Well, it certainly started to even out now. We saw it on Friday. Now we see it again tonight. And I Dream of Jeannie it showed some gears early. And Carter Gimblett, too, securing that two-hole. Perfect drive when the one. Liquor is Quicker. Didn't have the horsepower at the end of the mile, but still finished a decent fourth. Yeah, good job by Scooter there.
Yeah, 7-2-5-1, the top four. All the money was on Swift Talker, but it is interesting to note, though, that if you're going to race from off the pace, you can't leave it late here, I think, because we've seen horses kind of stall as they come off of that final turn, turning for home, so you've got to get up closer before you get there.
Yeah, it's true. I had people actually messaging me tonight before the card, just saying, what's been winning, what are the nuances, and obviously it's still early, right? We're two full cards in, and now we're two races into our third card. But the one thing I said was, don't be afraid to back horses you think might be, first up, and kind of living out there. I know it's hard to handicap that, but I mean, the one thing I'll say is that if you think there's a horse that's the best horse in the race that might land, mid pack, them coming first over is not going to be that big of a disadvantage over the surface, and we saw that again right there, right, with Swift Talker. Now again, obviously a 1-5 shot. We have to see how it proves with others, but we saw it on Wednesday and Friday, Gary, that horses that were pretty decent sized prices were able to live on the outside of the track. It's pretty fair that way.
It's a 7-2-5-1 top four. Coming back in front of us is number 7, Swift Talker, Travis Henry, with the winning drive. And Swift Talker, 3-year-old McWicked Bay filly, owned by Hut Racing, trained by John Pentland. Winning drive for Travis Henry, first start of the year, and a victory for Swift Talker. A win and a second in just 2 career starts for Swift Talker, 156-2. The second race payout, 7 Swift Talker, 240, 220, and 210. To I Dream of Jeannie, 380, 240, and 5. Twin B Nancy's Wish, 220. $2 exactor, $6. Dollar Drive, 15.75. Dollar Super, $40.30. And fans note the 2-7 double pays 183.20. Fans and driver change in race number 8, 7, Bearcat Willie, Travis Henry. Race 8, 7, Bearcat Willie, Travis Henry will drive. Second race order of finish from the top is a 425 639 187. That is 425 639 187. Field for race 3 on parade. 1 Miss Mac. Austin Surrey for Joe Pereira, and the owner is James Barry. And number 2 is Jam Outspoken. Jay Harris for Brett Lester and Dale Betts. Number 3 is Cove Beach. Sammy Filya for Chris Hill. And number 4 is Stonebridge Fiend. Brett Madonna for JP Marshallton. Number 5, Langley Seal Street. Colin Kelly for Joe Pereira and Chelsea Pereira. Number 6, Easy Breezy Beautiful. Scotty Quiller for Phil Coleman. Number 7, Double T GRR. Paul McKenzie for Sheila Lewis and Peggy Finnegan. Number 8 is Watch My Honey Drip. Ryan DeRoche for Michelle LeBlanc. And number 9 is Soundbite Hanover. Travis Henry for Tyler Schlotman and Kevin Skilton. Field of 9, race number 3. Scott Calder drives the 6 Easy Breezy Beautiful. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, right away, Rob, we have to start with 1 Miss Mac. And Austin Sorry for Joe Pereira. So first start for Joe Pereira. Austin Sorry inside Miss Mac. We'll see if that makes a big form step up. But I can certainly see the logic of why you have this one on top. 3-1 right now.
Yeah, she took a lot of early money, Gary, and she slowed up to 3-1. But 68 starts in her career, out of one barn, right? She spent her whole career for one barn, and now you get that change of scenery. Trainer like Joe Pereira, Austin Story jumps aboard too, and the 1 Miss Mac is a horse that I had to make my best bet tonight. I've been kind of fond of this horse in the past for picking up pieces, and even backed her to win a couple of times as well. She's just 3 for 68. She's got a lot of on the board finishes, and she's a horse too that does have that early foot off the gate when it gets summoned. She's picked up a lot of those pieces by going to the engine and trying to go all the way in the lead, and her victories have come when she gets forwardly placed, and I think that's gonna be the game plan tonight. So Miss Mac, my best bet. I think that she's got a reason to step up tonight, but I think a lot of others agree as well. That's why she's 5-2.
And you do see Miss Mac from post 1 at Flamborough. That was a good race. Miss Mac has been a little spotty, but that was a good race, April the 20th. Let's go to number 9, Soundbite Hanover. Soundbite Hanover could be a trip horse if Soundbite Hanover can be up close to Miss Mac at the start, 4-1.
Yeah, Soundbite Hanover. We used to always say it. I mean, I don't know if we'll say it as much anymore, but we used to always say, right, if you like the 1, you gotta like the 9. And that was kind of part of it here. But Soundbite Hanover's been in good form. I mean, look at, she's been hitting the board pretty much in all of her recent efforts. She's just 2 for 19 on the season, but she's hit the board in 12 of those starts, and she's been doing it against solid competition at Flamborough Downs. Last time out, 4 lengths in arrears to Del Diggity. Well, Del Diggity, is a horse that is an absolute killer in these ranks. So I think you've got to respect Soundbite Hanover's chances. It'll matter, how she can get away from there. But I think Miss Max going forward off the gate. I mean, she's going to push forward. I would think, pretty heavily with the pole position. And if Soundbite Hanover can stay with her, then she should, get a decent journey. 5-2 and 5-1. I think they're both solid value right now.
And give me a pair of thoughts. Jam Outspoken and Cove Beach, both of those two.
Yeah, well, for me, JM Outspoken is a horse that I thought would be, racing a little better as of late for trainer Brett Lester, but last time out went a long way in the lead. Ended up finishing a decent third, so I think we'll hear from her early in this mile as well. And in Cove Beach, a nice win last time out at Flamborough, right? 56-1. That's a big mile for Cove Beach. That's to her lifetime mark. and she did so second start back after a vet scratch 6. So she by all rights can take another step forward here. I've never guessed right on Cove Beach though. When I'm on her, it doesn't work out, and when I'm not, she wins. So maybe tonight she'll light the lamp at 6-1. I've got her pegged for fourth, but I just thought that Miss Mack was, and I had to go to. Look at the money coming in on her, Gary. 6-5 now.
Uh, Miss Mac 6-5. Well, I went with the three Cove Beach, so we'll see how it pans out. But Miss Mac jam outspoken Cove Beach on the inside in the center. Stumber's Feme, Langley Sealster to the outside. Easy breezy, beautiful double ticker. Watch my honey drip, and the second tier Soundbite Hanover. It's a field of 9 for race number 3. Field for the third is in position on the gates. And they're off. Langley Sealster gets out with easy, breezy, beautiful. Ms. Mac jam outspoken. Then Stonebridge Feme, Soundbite Hanover, Double Tiger, and Watch My Honey Drip. As the field works on around the turn, Langley Sealster at 50-1 tries to make the lead. Ms. Mac now is going to be racing in the pocket on the back of the long shot Langley Sealster. Easy, breezy, beautiful is third. Then Jam Outspoken, Cove Beach, mid-pack fifth in front of Soundbite Hanover. Then the trailing trio of Stonebridge Feme, Double Tiger, and Watch My Honey Drip as they race off the turn. And Miss Mac is able to come round and reclaim the lead now from Langley Sealster. It is Miss Mac, Langley Sealster at 50-1, rides the pocket. Easy, breezy, beautiful is third. Jam Outspoken moves on the outside, and Cove Beach is going to follow Jam Outspoken to the outside as they work their way up towards the half. Then scooting through to the inside, Stonebridge Feme is sixth, and seventh is Soundbite Hanover. Trailing pair Double Tiger and Watch My Honey Drip. It is Miss Mac. It's got a lead, half 57-2. It was a solid halftime. Miss Mac 6-5 on the board. Langley Sealster, Jam Outspoken, Easy Breezy Beautiful. Cove Beach is situated second over and is getting up a little bit closer. And then on the outside, Soundbite Hanover, Stonebridge Feme on the inside. Watch My Honey Drip and Double Tiger. Halftime was 57-2 in the three quarters for Miss Mac, 127-2. Got a 30-second second panel. And Cove Beach is sent out wide now as Jam Outspoken stalls. And now work to do for Cove Beach, and it is Miss Mac. Langley Sealster at 50-1 is popped out of the pocket. Easy breezy beautiful up the inside, and Cove Beach in the field turns for home. Miss Mac, Cove Beach is closing ground, and in the center Langley Sealster, and up the inside easy breezy beautiful. Langley Sealster, holding on, Miss Mac. Langley Sealster long odds to make it close, but Miss Mac was under attack at the finish and was able to hold off that attack. 157-3. Miss Mac 6-5, Rob.
A little dicey, some heart palpitations there, right, Gary? Listen, I thought she was picked up by her stablemate, and that really that really should have been the direction to go in the exotics, right? You've got a horse with speed on the inside for the same barn of a horse that's got some speed in the middle of the gate. Well, one leaves out of there, releases the other, and then you come around with a give and go, and certainly they're just noses apart at the wire. Both entrants from the barn of Joe Pereira. Invisible Shield though goes up right in the final stages, 6-5, and Miss Mac was hoping for a better price, but I mean, hey, I guess it's your best bet. A win's a win.
Yeah, towards the top of the stretch, I kind of liked my shot with Cove Beach because I could see Miss Mac was getting just a little bit weary, but Cove Beach just just wasn't able to quite close that ground coming down the stretch drive, and that's what we've been seeing playing out in the first few days.
Yeah, it's been tricky, right? I mean, they close into the race. It's not like they can't get into the race and into the top three or top four. It's just getting kind of past them. For the lion's share of it in the late stages has been really difficult for any kind of closers. So again, that's something we need to keep an eye on here. But we always talk about it. You always talk about it. When you like a horse at 6-5, you really need to try to find some value underneath, and you don't have to go too far. Same barn, 50-1. That's going to really help the exotics.
And then Cove Beach and Easy Breezy Beautiful at 17-1. So it's a very nice superfecta, even though you get the 6-5 horse on top, you're going to get a decent super price. And you did nail the winner, Miss Mac, along with the fans as you jumped on that first start for Joe Pereira. And Austin Surrey was able to get the job done and comes back in front of us for a photo. Wheeling back into the winner's enclosure is one Miss Mac, a 6-year-old. He's watching Bay Mare, owned by James Berry of Richmond Hill. Joe Pereira is the trainer. Austin Sorry, first win in a couple of seasons for Miss Mac, fourth lifetime, 157-3. The third race payouts, one Miss Mac, $4.60, $4, $3.30. 5 Langley Sealster, $45.50 and $11.50. And 3 Cove Beach, $2.60. $2 exactor, $195.80. Dollar try, $366.55. 20 cents super, $1,254.29. Third race, or a finish from the top, so 183-524-976. That's 183-524-796 on the bottom. Field for the fourth on parade one, Tangled Wild Road. Rick Zeron drives and trains for Stacy Smith Robinson. Two is Moscow Moon, Jason Wright for Francis Gilmet. And three is 7 iron, Scott Young for Rick Zeron and Stacy Smith Robinson. Five is Southwind Caesar, Mark McDonnell for Jody Cullen and A1 Stable. Number six is Fastnet Rock, Colin Keller for Matt Dupuy, Lance Wells, and Lyndon Wells. Number seven is Amigo Mio. It's Todd Ratchford for Mary Ratchford and Wade and Philip Toussaint. Number eight is Downstairs Party, Travis Henry for Cassidy Schneider. The owner is Colonel Schneider Jr. And absent from the parade is for Lady Goss, Samuel Fillion for Denny Julien. Field of eight, race number four. Well, let's stay right there with number eight, Downstairs Party. And Rob, you're a little bit out on the limb, but I love it. 22-1, Downstairs Party is your top choice.
It looks pretty lively in the track right now, and I've seen this horse do this before, and listen, I think he's got a big chance in here. And the funny thing is that I think maybe once last year I picked 2 8 holes, and it was like this on the whole card, and it was this wild thing to do, and it's not as wild anymore, right? I mean, probably see a lot more of that now with the 5/8s, and a better starting position for the outside draws. But Downstairs Party, to me, I mean, last time out was first over, kind of battling before making that miscue against what I think's a pretty solid group of horses, Global News, Monteverde. Before that, I mean, that's a real tough group. The Great Reset, Marvin Hagler. That's basically just below a preferred type group at the Raceway in London, and you can see there's some pretty competitive dashes before that from Downstairs Party. So this is a drop in class. I think getting back to to friends, we'll say, for Downstairs Party here, and I think more than capable of getting close enough off the switch to be in range where he can do some damage against this group. So I knew we'd get a price. I didn't think it'd be 13-1. It'd be more like 8 or 9-1 like the morning line. But I think Downstairs Party is in with a chance here in what I kind of deemed a wide open race.
This is an interesting race. Your top two are not in my top four, and my top two aren't in your top four. 5 Southwind Caesar. Jody Cullen. I almost always include Jody Cullen, but this is one that they haven't quite got rolling and is off form right now, but drops.
He drops, coming from Mohawk Park. The other thing, too, is does hit the board with frequency, but, I mean, camera shy, right? I mean, not just camera shy, very camera shy. No wins over the last 2 seasons, 58 starts. It even goes back beyond that as well. Just a horse that doesn't seem to get his nose to the wire first, but he is shown he can be capable. It's hard for me to bet a horse's favorite that has not won in that time and has had chances and opportunities and still missed by, finishing second or third. So I couldn't get there at 2-1, but he's in with an obvious chance, and I think he'll be right there at the wire. I'm just not so sure he ends up being the winner.
3 7 iron is interesting because that post 10, you could stroke out that last race at Mohawk, was good at Flamborough the start before it, and that was in against much tougher.
Yeah, and classy veteran too, right? I mean, we kind of like looking to those types in these classes. You got a horse that's got 20 wins and over 380,000 made. And like you said, the starts at Flamborough were better last time out post 10. You just stroked that one right off the page. I mean, he's in against a pretty solid group. He gets away ninth off the gate. He's never in it. Pace disadvantage throughout. He's just not going to make a dent in them in that occasion. But I think that tonight he's in with a chance. You got Scott Young aboard. This is going to be fourth start now. Second start for Rick Zeron. And a decent post to work from. So 5-1. I think you're getting an overlay on 7 iron. I thought he'd take a lot more support than that.
And a quick thought on Moscow Moon. That's my top pick. Did race better at Kawartha Downs last time.
Love the barn for trotters. A horse that's got that tactical speed off the gate. We'll likely see him get put into play. And you know what? You look back at his paper there. He's hit the board in each of his last 3 when he has his nose in the gate. Nose back on gate tonight from post 2, and I think should be in the mix throughout.
Well, there he is moving his nose up onto the gate. A field of 8, Tangle Wild Road. Moscow Moon, 7-iron to the inside. Lady Gaw, Southwind, Caesar in the center. To the outside, Fastnet Rock and Amigo Mio. And Downstairs Party. It is a field of 8 for race number 4. They are turning into the stretch drive, gathering speed, approaching the start. And Tangled Wild Road is about 4 lengths off the gate at the start, and quickly blasting out is Amigo Mio, but now to the inside, Moscow Moon. Moscow Moon wants to come right out and grab the front. Lady Gaw, then Amigo Mio. Fourth away is 7-iron. Then it is Fastnet Rock, Southwind Caesar. Downstairs Party, Tangled Wild Road is trailing the field. Moscow Moon at 7-1 has got the lead right now, and Lady Gaw is racing second. Amigo Mio is third. Then fourth is 7-iron as they race their way off the turn. Then it is back further to Fastnet Rock. Now they roll their way on past us, and following Fastnet Rock, Southwind Caesar in front of Downstairs Party, who has 6 to pass to win, and then Tangled Wild Road. Moscow Moon, quarter of 28 and 2, leading as they head their way up towards the half, and Lady Gaw is getting a trip. Amigo Mio is racing position third. Then 7-iron, fourth of the inside as they work their way past the half. Then Fastnet Rock, Southwind Caesar steps out. Downstairs Party is second from last, and Tangle Wild Road is trailing the field. But Moscow Moon is swelling up on the lead. 58 and 2 halftime, 32nd second panel breather. Moscow Moon at 7-1 with lead, but 7-iron now is moving. 7-ironers come on and is taken over second. Southwind Caesar advancing third. Then Lady Gaw, Amigo Mio. Then it is Downstairs Party, Fastnet Rock, and Tangled Wild Road. Moscow Moon, 7-iron is trying to chip away at the lead. And then racing third, Southwind Caesar, and kicking in late. Downstairs Party now is loaded up on the outside, but is out there 3 wide and about 4 off the lead. Moscow Moon as they turn for him off 3/4, 128 and 1. Moscow Moon, Downstairs Party is close now. Southwind Caesar is also coming. Moscow Moon, Southwind Caesar. Southwind Caesar gets the better of Moscow Moon. Then it was Downstairs Party and Amigo Mia, 159 and 1. Southwind Caesar was able to win from a bit off the pace, Rob.
We've seen a horse come from off the pace. Southwind Caesar, and I mean, again, a horse that we certainly, has been a long time between drinks for Southwind Caesar, we'll say. But a nice steer, no doubt about it, by Mark McDonnell there to get this horse in the right position. I was a little bit excited, Gary. I was really excited about my chances with a 25-1 shot in Downstairs Party. But again, that one just didn't kind of have those late gears that kick in like Southwind Caesar had. And I mean, really with his racing style, I thought he'd be up against it tonight too. But you can see right there, he's kind of just under, firm grip there to the wire, 59-1, and he gets that elusive victory, gets off the schneid, we'll say.
Well, I think what the players needed to do is take your top 2 and take my top 1 in between them, because you managed to pick up the first and third. And I love Downstairs Party at the price. I love that bold move. And actually, off of that race, Downstairs Party is one to watch next time out.
Oh, I think so for sure, right? You're coming off a break, you need that flat line, but he kind of was in a spot I thought he had a bit of a chance, but then you get kind of jammed up on the outside there, and like we said, it's going to be tough to make up that ground, at least so far. But yeah, Southwind Caesar, first victory since September of 2022.
Yeah.
So 2 seasons, with this season, last season, and a bit. Long time between drinks, but hey, they don't put that on the check or on the win photo. But yeah, Downstairs Parties, one I'll come back to. We like to try to get ahead of it, right? Try to get them down when they're that kind of price at 24-1, but still, third place finish not so bad. And you're right, if someone could have put the ticket together with the horses that we liked underneath the 2-1 shot, you'd be getting a nice exotics payout here.
It is a 5-2-8-7. Top 4 coming back in front of us is 5 Southwind Caesar. Mark McDonnell, the winning drive. Southwind Caesar is a 6-year-old father, Patrick Bay gelding by A1 Stable, trained by Jody Cullen. First win in a couple of seasons. Ninth win lifetime. Southwind Caesar and Mark McDonnell in 159 and 1. The fourth race. Payouts 5. Southwind Caesar 620, 420, 380. To Moscow Moon 490, 368. Downstairs Party 690. $2 exactor $39. Dollar try 178.95. Dollar super 1481.20. The fourth race, order finished from the top down, is an 825 71643. That is 825 71643 on the bottom. Field 4, race number 5. On parade 1, T.H. Jackie's Legacy. Mark McDonnell drives for Jody Cullen and Ron Cullen and Blair Kidd. And Travis Cullen shares in ownership. And number 2 is Jewel's Diamond Eyes. Jason Ryan for Lori LePage. And the owner is Rebecca Williamson. And number 3 is Cheese Party. Austin Sorry for Kyle Boston's. Number 4 is American Land. Paul McKenzie for Catherine Flanagan and Winters Racing. Number 5 is Premier Aris. Scott Young for Robert Young and Premier and Associates Farm. Number 6, Pink Cheese. Sammy Filia for Chris Hill. 7 is scratched. It is Hell of a Hanover. Anthony Hahn drives and trains, or drives rather for trainer Anthony Beaton, who shares an ownership with David Mercer and Mac Nichol and Robert Jones. And number 9 is Stay Lucky. Brett McDonough for Ryan Stewart and Joe Muskokaman. It's a field of 8. Race number 5 features the Super High 5, so let's get right to it. Number 9, Stay Lucky at 8-1. Trailer post, but you go to Stay Lucky on top.
Right now as well, Gary. And yeah, trailer post. I mean, we know we've said that we think it might even be tougher now with the bigger racing surface here. But this is one that I really wasn't going to go against, and because if you look at that last race, she faced off against seasoned racehorses at the Raceway in London. That's not winners of 4,000 last 3. Layla Blue, Carson Scuda, Royal Tell. I mean, I think I'd back any one of those horses in here. This is non-winners of 2. Now, before that, she was in non-winners of 1 at Mohawk Park. She was kind of holding her own there as well. So I think she's been racing, really well this season. And she fits in nicely with this group. The only thing that I didn't like was the draw, but it wasn't enough to deter me from putting her on top. And I'll tell you, if she goes off at 5-1 or more, I'll be definitely making a pretty decent win bet on her, because I think that's serious value.
Number 5, Premier Aris, is the one that I thought would be the favorite. The last couple races really good. The one at Flamborough beat Where's My Phone, and Premier Aris, good group last time out at Georgian as well.
Yeah, it was. There's no doubt about it. I mean, solid group last time, and the victory was a good one from the same post she has tonight. She went all the way on the engine as an overwhelming favorite at Flamborough. Before that, obviously facing even tougher than what Stay Lucky was facing at Mohawk Park. Right, she's in the class right above the maiden ranks that now was a 15,000 life, and she was racing decently enough. I mean, she had a 4th and a 5th in there. I think she's the logical one in this dash. She's 6-5 right now. I think you're getting better value with Stay Lucky. The drawback is obviously the big edge in starting spot, but I don't think there's much between them as racehorses. So again, I think you're getting better value there, but Premier Harris is a logical choice here, and one that if she wins it, I won't be surprised at all.
Well, one that would also not surprise me is 3, Cheese Party, if she was able to whiz to victory here. One that gets away from Mohawk, Kyle Boston, Sabarn.
Yeah, Cheese Party, a horse that that we know pretty well here, right at the river. She was the winner of the Battle of the Bells, right? So a horse that again, we can't really say she's a horse for the course now, because the course is different. But she still was a bombs away winner at 50-1 in the Battle of the Bells. And that was the bulk of her earnings last year, but she held her own in the grassroots, picking up pieces. This is now she's several starts into her sophomore campaign, and I think this is probably a spot that she's well suited for. She's been facing obviously tougher in recent efforts, and 2-1's not a bad price. But I mean, I guess too, there's the post relief, but I still think that's a bit short for my liking. I'd need to see more from her before I'd be willing to back her at 2-1. But she's an obvious player in here.
And we have to get to Mark McDonnell and Jody Cullen off of the fourth race win from the inside.
Yeah, we do. I mean, listen, obviously you always have to take the barn of Jody Cullen seriously, and Mark McDonnell's been getting along with their charges tonight, and now you've got rail control on a horse that by all rights, should be competitive against this group. I think she's going to need a real, cozy trip though to get the better of these. For me, she's more of a player on the bottom end of the exotics.
T.H. Jackie's Legacy, Jules Diamond Eyes, and Cheese Party on the inside. In the center, American Land and Premier Aris. And the outside, Pink G, Halva Hanover. And the second tier, Stay Lucky. It's a field of 8. Race number 5 on a Monday night at the River. Horses are gathered in behind the gates. And the field for race number 5. In position there at the start in the rough and sprinting out quickly. Premier Aris, Jules Diamond Eyes on the inside. T.H. Jackie's Legacy, American Land and Cheese Party. Halva Hanover, Stay Lucky from the second tier, and then Pink G. But right now, Premier Aris trying to clear to the front of her T.H. Jackie's Legacy. And Cheese Party continues to whiz gamely on the outside, racing second now. T.H. Jackie's Legacy third. Then Jules Diamond Eyes. Stay Lucky gets away fifth in front of American Land as they work off the turn. Trailing pair Halva Hanover and Pink G. Premier Aris now Cheese Party on the outside. Cheese Party wants to come on and try to clear to the front and was able to do so. And Premier Aris is racing second. T.H. Jackie's Legacy, Jewel Diamond Eyes, Stay Lucky to the outside now. Moving first over is quickly advancing and has come on to take over fourth and fifth to the inside. Jewel's Diamond Eyes. Then it's American Land in Halva Hanover and Pink G. Cheese Party. Premier Aris sits in a good spot, and Stay Lucky has been working up aggressively to get closer and is now only a length and a half back off a half of 57. Cheese Party 4-5 on the board, but Stay Lucky at 8-1. Robert's top pick is right up now, just about ahead off the lead of Cheese Party, and Premier Aris is on the inside racing third. Jules Diamond Eyes is racing well spotted second over fourth. Halva Hanover getting a little closer. T.H. Jackie's Legacy and Pink G. And then it is back to American Land, and they're dueling, and Cheese Party on the inside is trying to hold off Stay Lucky. They've been going at it for a while now and getting closer. Halva Hanover on the outside. Premier Aris is looking for the passing lane. On down the stretch drive they come, and right now it is Stay Lucky. Cheese Party is holding on now. Cheese Party is able to fend off Stay Lucky. Halva Hanover, Premier Aris 156 flat. Race number 5, Cheese Party.
A horse that we should all know well in here, right? She's the champion of the Battle of the Bells last season, and I was saying too that we got to pay attention to everything that this barn sends out, right? Kyle Boston's horses have been racing fantastic here at the River, and the late money came pouring in on Cheese Party down to 4-5. Gary, I thought I was a winner there. I really did. I was pretty excited about the 8-1 on Stay Lucky. I've been saying all along, first over is not a bad place to be. And that's where she ended up. Brett McDonald put her in a perfect spot to get the job done. She just couldn't get past Cheese Party. A solid effort from Stay Lucky. Just could not get past that horse who had the biggest victory of her career right here in Elora.
Well, we both used horses from tough posts to get onto the ticket. You used the 9 Stay Lucky, very game effort. And I also threw in Halva Hanover, who also was closing. Just tough to come from post 8. But it was a really good race. But Cheese Party, full marks because Stay Lucky made Cheese Party earn it.
Yeah, it was. Listen, you're right. It was a great race, and Cheese Party. I mean, she meant business off the gate, right? I mean, it looked like a race that Premier Harris would be able to just go to the lead and kind of dictate things. Well, she went on the attack almost as soon as she cleared to the front, and Scott Young had to let that one go. And then she meant business from that point out. But you see those prices in between. The horses that we like, Stay Lucky and Halva Hanover, should set up a heck of a high 5 here with a couple of big price horses in between the two favorites.
Yeah, and I did throw in Halva Hanover for third, 25-1, so that certainly helps the ticket. And tough post, but Halva Hanover raced well. But Cheese Party Hell of an effort for Cheese Party. 39852, the top four. Cheese Party in Austin Sorry is back in front of us. Second win on the evening for Austin Sorry. Cheese Party, 3-year-old better than Cheddar Bay Filly. Only trained by Kyle Boston's first win this year. Second lifetime for Cheese Party. Whizzing to victory at 156 flat. Fifth race, payouts 3, Cheese Party. 390, 280, 320, 9, Stay Lucky, 450, 340. 8, Halva, Hanover, 1110. $2 exact or 1930. Dollar try, $100.50. Dollar pick 3, $16. Note the dollar pick 4, 36.50. Dollar pick 5, 1182.55. And a dollar high 5, 669.50. fifth race. Order of finish from the top down 751-846 scratch 32. That's 751-846 scratch 32 in the bottom.
We've reached the halfway point of the card here at Grand River Raceway. Cheese Party. Great to see things come full circle for that 3-year-old filly. Her first win of her sophomore campaign comes the same venue where she broke her maiden in style at the Battle of the Bells last year as a rookie. But now moving on to the late pick five, starting right here in race number 6. And I mentioned I thought the early sequence is a bit tricky. Well, I think the late one is even tougher. And you can see by the way I've spread out in the first few legs here. The 1, 2, 4, and 8 here in race number 6. Very competitive looking dash. 1, 2, 3, and 7 in race number 7. Love the chance of the 2 Delgado, but there are some other real good looking trotters in that dash. So going forward deep with the 1, 2, 3, and 7. Race 8 should just be race 8 should be the 1 and 8. Should be the 1 and 8 in race 8, and then the 4 and 5 in race number 9. So yeah, so race 8 for yours truly, it will be the 1 and 8. That's Homie Joe, and he's in control. And then race 9 will actually be the 4 and 5. That's Petro Angel and Last Shot. So race 8 should read 1 8, and then race 9 should be the 4 and 5. That's Petro Angel and Last Shot. So a little bit different than the ticket you see on the screen there. But the final leg is correct. Race 10 is the 3 Arties Ideal. He is my spot play and single in the final dash of the night. And the ticket cost is right $12.80. But again, just note that race 8 should be the 1 and 8, and race 9 should be the 4 and 5 for this late pick 5 sequence getting started here in race number 6. Let's see if we have a ticket for Conley Ecclestone. Usually gives us multi-leg tickets throughout the card, as well as his selections. And there's his ticket there. So playing it a little bit thinner than myself, but we're on the same single in the finale. So he went 4 and 8 here in the opening leg. That's Major Hill and PL Oliver. So we're kind of in agreement there. He's got the 2 and 4 Delgado and Master Grant. I don't have Master Grant on my ticket, but I do like Delgado's chances in race number 7. He's got the 3, 8, and 9 in race number 8. So we're in the same neighborhood on he's in control, but I do like the chance of Homie Joe from the rail. Race 9, he's got the 3 and 5 as Texaco Man on Last Shot. And then we're in agreement with singles in the finale. That's Artie's Ideal. A horse that got interfered with 2 starts ago, had no chance. He went to the lead and actually had a big chance after that, but had every right to tire. He finished second in it. And then last start out in the Bulldog Hanover preferred pace at Western Fair, only beats a nose after kind of getting an inside trip in third and not getting room until late in the miles. So we're in agreement with that single in the finale, myself and Conley, number 3, Artie's Ideal. But you want to map out your winning wagers for this late pick 5 sequence starting here in race number 6. We'll come back in just a few moments to take a closer look at the upcoming dash.
Field 4, race number 6 on parade. 1, come on Artie, Jason Ryan for Brett Lester, and the owner is Diane Silvestri. Number 2 is Lil Manny. Samuel Filia drives for Rafael Barasa and Kim Ebacher, and Rafael shares in ownership. Number 3, Thrilling Times. Rhett McDonald for Richard Morin and Gilles Plourde, and shares in ownership with Karen Croker. 4 is Major Hill. Jay Harris for Brett Lester and Francois Morin. Number 5 is Coligny Hanover Jimmy Gagnon for Vic Putty and Gord McDonald and Christopher Boland. Number 6, I'll Get My Own Thanks. Travis Henry for Dale Fritz and Edward Aitchison and BWP Stable and Michael Sawyer. Number 7 is Wild River Bumblebee. J.B. Renault for Julie Walker. The owner is Dr. John Bradbury. Number 8 is P.L. Oliver. Colin Kelly drives for Matt Dupuis. And number 9 is Delightful Leader. Scott Kohler for Melissa Lamoureux and Jeffrey Boyd. Field of 9, race number 6. Well, let's get a look at this field. And, well, this is the third of the 3 races that Rob went to the tougher post. He went an 8, 9, and 8 with P.L. Oliver here in this leg. And, well, 11 to 1. But, you know, P.L. Oliver is a horse that I have loved often. And look at this year, 9 out of 16 in the top 2. Also big top 2 last year as well.
Speed to overcome that outside draw, and you know he's been facing pretty solid horses in recent efforts, and a horse that typically can get himself in position off the gate to sit a favorable journey, and he kind of swells up on the engine if that could ever work out. Now that might be tricky. From out there, but he's capable and he looks pretty sharp in the track. Like I said, love the pre-race appearance. 12 to 1 too. You gotta love the price, right? I mean, that's an overlay on PL Oliver.
Yeah, and you know, yeah, 11 to 1 now, but that's a beautiful. I love that you took P.L. Oliver from post position 8 on top. I didn't, but I certainly respect the choice, and he can definitely get there. You know who was also a smart choice? Come on, Artie. Look at that start 2 races ago, drop down in class. Post 8 and almost won. Made a break last race. I might have been punishing him too much for the break. I only took him for 4th. I think you're better to have him in the top 2.
Yeah, I think he's one you've got to give some serious consideration to in here. Last time out, made a break and still kind of made a decent account of himself. And like you mentioned, 2 back, he got down to a lower class. Went to the engine from post 8 at Flamborough. That's no joke. I mean, that's tough to do. You know that. 27 and 2/4 there. That's monstrous. And he still only got beat by a head on the end of it. He's kind of been, snake bit in the win column this year. No wins in 18 tries, but 7 on the board finishes. Last year, 11 for 34. So more than capable, and a horse that we're likely going to see, push out for position with that rail control. So he should be in the mix throughout. And you know what? Talk about those outside posts and finding value. I think really at the start of this meet, we're going to get value, right? From the outside draws and even that trailing spot. Now, hopefully, it starts working out, but I can't be upset with the way they finished tonight. I mean, a second at 9 to 1, a third at 25 to 1. Hopefully, maybe we can get a win here at around a price north of 6 or 7 to 1.
Number 2, Little Manny is surprising me at the price at 11 to 1 because, well, you said post 8 at Flamborough is tough. Post 7 at London, I think, is actually tougher.
Yeah, it's in the same neighborhood. There's no question about that. And the thing about Little Manny is that I talk about Peel Oliver being a hardworking horse. Well, his recent efforts, I mean, this horse, is one that will go first up. He races with versatility, right? Like he typically is one that kind of comes from just off the pace. What we've seen kind of win here, and too far out of it, you don't really have much of a chance yet. But he's a horse that is a very hardworking horse. He can withstand a first over journey. And I think he merits more respect than 11-1. I thought he'd be about 4-1 on here, and his current form, I think he should be getting more respect.
And Rob, thought about Major Hill, the favorite.
Classy veteran, right? Almost 700,000 made lifetime, 46 wins. I just, I just kind of thought he might get over bet in here, and he's getting over bet at 7-5. If he wins it, am I going to be surprised? Absolutely not. But the name of the game is trying to be on the right side of value, and I just thought that this was a good spot to maybe pick against one that might take a lot of money. I think he definitely gets a piece of it, but I'm going to hope that we can get one like Peel Oliver down.
Well, I certainly went to Major Hill, and I like your play at a price, though, is a better price at 8-1. Oh, yes. They race into the backstretch, approaching the start. And they're at the start. And they're off, and getting out alertly down the center of the track right now is Major Hill. And then also leaving was Caligny Hanover on the inside, Caminardi in thrilling times. And then Delightful Leader is fifth on the inside. P.L. Oliver comes away sixth. Little Manny is back in seventh. Then it is I'll Get My Own Thanks. And further back is Wild River Bumblebee. Caminardi was able to come on through using the post-one advantage. Thrilling Times is racing second. Opening quarter was 27 seconds, and then racing on the outside, Major Hill. Major Hill is going to try to clear to the front of her Caminardi, and is able to do so. Racing third is Thrilling Times. Delightful Leader is fourth, and then Caligny ahead of her. And Little Manny. P.L. Oliver has two beaten, and they are I'll Get My Own Thanks and Wild River Bumblebee. Off a 27-second opening quarter, they head up towards the half. Major Hill at 2-1's got the lead. Caminardi is racing second. Then Thrilling Times is third. Delightful Leader at 50-1. He is fourth, and now on the outside, Little Manny is making a spirited move and giving cover to Peel Oliver, who's moving up and popping out. Goes Thrilling Times from third. It is Major Hill, half 56 seconds. Major Hill. Thrilling Times is bearing down to the outside. Little Manny is racing third, and Caminardi is positioned on the inside, racing fourth. Peel Oliver advancing fifth, and then Delightful Leader, Wild River Bumblebee, Caligny Hanover, and I'll Get My Own Thanks, 125 and 1/3. Thrilling Times takes the lead from Major Hill. Little Manny blocked on the inside is Caminardi, and Peel Oliver's on the outside. Thrilling Times on down the stretch. Rob they come. Thrilling Times, and now charging is Little Manny. Thrilling Times, Little Manny, but Thrilling Times thrilling at the finish to win it. Little Manny was second. Then Major Hill and Peel Oliver 153 and 4. Thrilling Times at 8-5 gets the job done in race 6, and a very good dash, Rob.
It's funny. I thought that Major Hill was vulnerable as the favorite. Well, guess what? He didn't go off as the favorite. Thrilling Times goes off as the favorite, and a nice win there. I mean, this is a horse that's been racing in the claiming ranks, most recently claiming handicap at Mohawk Park, and over 13 on the season. I mean, this is a pretty solid group he just beat, though. I mean, he gets bet down to favoritism. Yeah, he's been facing some decent horses, but I mean, he's over 13, and he meets a pretty good group here, and he gets the better of them. And another horse that goes first up and just kind of grinds down the winner. When they forge to the lead in the stretch in that position, Gary, they don't get caught, do they? I mean, it just doesn't happen. This one wasn't even close. Some of them get close, but they don't get run down. But Little Manny, like we said, right, a hardworking horse. He kind of just chased Gambley right to the wire to be second at a big price, 14-1. He was an overlay, but I didn't have Thrilling Times, not on my multi-leg wagers and not my top four.
Well, I just couldn't get to Thrilling Times, even though it is Richard Moreau. Just one top three finish in 13 starts in the year. Yeah, a bit easier, but this wasn't a really easy class because there was some nice horses in there. And you do get P.L. Oliver onto the ticket, so at least you did take that one at 14-1 on the ticket.
And we can go back to him next time, because if you watch the replay, he's blasting out from the outside of the gate from post 8. Colin Kelly had his eyes fixed on a real nice spot on the inside, but then as soon as Caligny Hanover kind of bailed out on leaving out, it really jammed him up, and he had to take way back, towards the back of the bus. So I'll be back on Peel Oliver next week, and hopefully he gets a better draw, and with a better trip, I think he'll be right there at the wire.
I thought it was a really interesting dash. 3:2:48, a mile of 53 and 4. Back in front of us is three thrilling times. An 8-year-old Mach 3 bay gelding, owned by Gilles Plourde and Karen Kroger. Richard Moreau is the trainer. The winning drive to Brett McDonald. First win of the year for Thrilling Times, 25th lifetime. The sixth race payout, three Thrilling Times, 550, 380, 290. Two Little Manny, $9, 640. Four Major Hill, 320. $2 Exactor, 50, 10. Dollar Trap, 92.05. Dollar Super, 700, 78.40. Sixth race, so for a finish from the top. 521 389 647. That's 521 389 647 on the bottom.
Race 7 upcoming, folks, and that'll be the start of our late pick 4. And there on the screen, you'll see the tickets that I've mapped out for you here. Had 4 horses, though, in the first leg of the pick 5 and did not have thrilling times. We'll try to get in race 7 here with 4 horses. The 1, 2, 3, and 7 competitive looking trotting event. Do like the chances of the 2 Delgado, but you have to have others as well, I think. 1, 2, 3, and 7. The 1 and 8 in race number 8, that's Homie Joe, and he's in control. And then race 9, the 4 and 5, Petro Angel and Last Shot. Finishing off with a single in the finale, my spot play of the night. That is the 3, Artie's Ideal. Just thinking he might try to go right on down the road or be able to work out a better trip than his last couple efforts. Anyways, Artie's Ideal is my single and spot play of the night in the finale. Let's see if Conley has a ticket for us as well. Probably similar to what his pick 5 was, because usually we keep it in the same neighborhood of those tickets. We'll see if he's got one. I believe he was going with Master Grand here, was one that he added to his tickets. Master Grand. And I think it was Delgado. Was it 2-4 here? Yeah, 2-4. There you go. Memory's still kicking in there. 2-4 Delgado and Master Grand. Then he's got the 3, 8, and 9 in race number 8. So we share one horse there. That's he's in control. The 3 and 5 in race 9. He's got Tesco Man and Last Shot. So again, we share one horse in that one. In the finale, he's got the 3 Artie's Ideal, just like yours truly, $2.40 for his ticket. We're both on the same single. So hopefully Artie's Ideal can get it done in the finale.
Robert, you know
So
the horse
just,
that you know the horse that I think you're really making a mistake leaving out is in the ninth race, Tijuana Sealster.
yeah, Tijuana Silster. So we know she was a horse for the course, right? But that was on the half here. I mean, listen, I would love to see her, get back to her old form and win tonight from the pole position. 12-time winner last year. Many of those right here at the river. That was over the half though. So you know what? We'll see. I'd like to see it. I don't have her on my ticket tonight, but I love that 5-year-old daughter of Muscle Mass. There they are, though. They're exiting the paddock, going onto the track. We'll be back in just a moment to take a closer look at race number 7.
Field for the 7th on parade. A field of 8 for the 7th dash, and one Sicario was always delayed on the parade. 2 is Delgado. Scott Young for Robert Young, and the owner is Polak Racing of Pennsylvania. Number 3 is Marvin Hagler. Austin Sorry for Mark McQuarrie and Mary Pedden. Number 4 is Master Grand. Scott Quilliver, Kyle Rule, and the owner is Triple S Equine. Number 5 is Bulldog, Anthony Hahn for Paul Meegans and Saltwater Stable. Number 6, Spun for Magic, Colin Kelly for Cassidy Schneider. The owner is Colonel Schneider Jr. Number 7, Insanity, Jason Ryan for Ben Hollingsworth and Mike Goldberg. 8 is Delcrest Brand, Steve Houdon for Laura Toscani, and Laura shares in ownership with Steve Houdon. And then number 1 is Sicario, always delayed on the post parade. The veteran Sicario. Brent McDonald drives for Richard Barone. The owners are Pamela and John Heen. It's a field of 8 trotters for race number 7. And let's get right to the handicapping of this trot dash, and a decent group of trotters. Delgado has 3 wins on the year, and Robert Delgado is your top choice here. Scott Young for Robert Young, Team Young, and Delgado.
Yeah, number 2, Delgado, my top choice here. And, a horse that I probably have some rose-colored glasses for, Gary, because I picked this horse a lot on top. Had him on top in the Horse Players Journal on June 4th at Mohawk Park. Got beat by a head by Mr. Magic. The Iron Tough Mr. Magic, by the way, got him by a head. Just missed, though, at 13-1. and there he is there looking pretty sporty on the track with Scott Young in tow. And he's a horse that I think has all kinds of ability. And you can just look down that April 9th line at the Raceway in London in a similar class. He just ran away from him on the engine there, and I think he looks really, really good on the track again tonight. So more than happy to put Delgado on top. They call him Carlos around the barn, and I think this is a nice trotter for Team Young.
Should be able to leave well from post two, and one that also has a good post and can use it is Juan Sicario, the veteran. Brett McDonough for Richard Moreau.
Yeah, one of my favorite trotters on the B tracks. He really is. We talk about hardworking horses on the B tracks. He's got some antics to him, right? I mean, there he is there, just kind of jumping around before the race. He's always delayed to post parade, but usually when the gate pulls away, he means business, right, Gary? And he's got that early foot off the gate that he can use from any post. He can also race from off too. He's a versatile type. Just 3 for 16 this year, but 7 for 40 last year. All kinds of on the board finishes and over 400,000 made in his career. I've always loved Sicario, and I think we'll see him do good things here at the River.
I am on the favored 3 Marvin Hagler, and this is certainly a quality trotter.
Oh, he is. No, there's no doubt about it. And there he is. There, he looks pretty good in his pre-race appearance as well. Listen, last time out, not much of a chance, right? Got away 7th off the gate, the preferred at the Raceway in London. He ends up closing up to be 5th against a solid group. That was a race that where our Royal Port just kind of, stole fractions on the engine and was gone. Before that, real ding-dong battle and a track record time over that oval with the Great Reset. And just ended up getting beat by 3/4 of the length there and just missed before that to Cena Magician. I mean, these are all quality trotters he's been facing, and he's more than capable of coming out on top against this group. I think he'll like the 5/8 of a mile surface. I just don't like the 9 to 5. I mean, to me, that's a bit short on him.
We both went with the inside 3 on our ticket, and we each have one horse from an outside post thrown on. I threw on Delcrest Brent, and you threw in Insanity.
Yeah, he can leave with the car. Insanity. When his speed gets summoned off the gate, he is lightning fast. You can see some of those lines there. Last time he plugged in for a 2-hole trip to our Royal Port. And this is a nice trotter out of the barn of Ben Hollingsworth. He usually kind of puts himself in position in the early stages. Just 2 victories, but he's got 9 on the board finishes, and I think he's worth a look here at 9 to 1.
And Delcrest Brent at 11 to 1 is off of a really good last race. Sicario, Delgado, Marvin Hagler on the inside, in the center, Master Rand and Bulldog. On the outside, Spun for Magic, Insanity, Delcrest Brent. Field of 8 trotters into position as they are moving on around the turn and turning into the backstretch. Gathering speed, it is post time for the 7th race on a Monday night as we are gathered at the River. Field of 8 for the 7th dash, and they're at the start of the rough, and Insanity is crazy good early. Delgado, Marvin Hagler, Spun for a Magic, then Sicario now to the inside, takes over 4th, and Spun for Magic is 5th away. Then it is Master Grand, and Bulldog and Delcrest Brent is back trailing the field as they work on around the turn. Insanity at 20 to 1 with the lead, but now Delgado, even money favorite, is going to loop Insanity and take the front, and Marvin Hagler is racing 3rd. Sicario is 4th in the early action, and then it is Spun for Magic and Master Grand as they race their way off the turn and come on towards us, and then further back it is back to Bulldog and Delcrest Brent to the outside is trailing the field. It is Delgado with a lead of about 2.5 or 3 over Insanity right now. Marvin Hagler racing 3rd. That opening quarter was 28, and racing 4th is Sicario. Spun for Magic is 5th, and Master Grand is following Spun from Magic, who took to the outside. Bulldog up the inside, and Delcrest Brent is trailing the field. It is Delgado, and now Marvin Hagler is going to pop out quickly from 3rd, and is going to come first over Delgado. Marvin Hagler now is punching into contention. Insanity 3rd. Spun from Magic has spun up to take over 4th, and then Master Grand, Sicario from the backfield. Delcrest Brent has a lot of work to do, and then Bulldog, and now it is Marvin Hagler and Delgado going at it. The 2 favorites are dueling 126 and 4 the 3/4. Marvin Marvin Hagler on the outside. Marvin Hagler is trying to punch out Delgado now. Delgado on the inside. Marvin Hagler on the outside. Insanity is racing third. And spun from Magic. Marvin Hagler's got the late lead. Marvin Hagler. Delgado is game, but Marvin Hagler has got this one. Marvin Hagler is able to win. Delgado second. Then Insanity and Delcrest Brand 157 and 1. Marvin Hagler, we said first up, is not a bad spot to be here. Got away third, pulled first up, and was able to drive on. Rob, Marvin Hagler and Austin Sorey scoring.
Yeah, that's why I had mentioned, right, that he should probably like this service because he's a horse that can, he does his best work probably either first up or racing off a helmet. He's one that I've seen, go to the engine and do good things there too. But I mean, he's a grinding type, and that's what he did tonight. He lost the ding dong battle to the Great Reset 2 starts ago. Well, tonight he gets the better of Delgado. They had quite a battle too. I mean, they were eye to eye, nose to nose for a long time, Gary. But he just kind of just had more in the tank, right, when they came into the straightaway. But Delgado didn't give up. He fought to the wire. 2 favorites come in 1-2 here. But, Insanity, that horse, I kind of said he can leave with the car. Well, he did tonight. He left with the car, and he ends up rounding out the trifecta at 21-1.
We each threw in a horse from the outside into what we liked on the inside, and both of them got there. Your 7 Insanity raced very well at 21-1 to finish third. And 8 Delcrest Brand, my one that I used at 16-1, also got onto the ticket. So a 3, 2, 7, 8. Certainly Delgado raced well, but Marvin Hagler had a little bit more.
Yeah, and you get the better of me again, right, with Marvin Hagler. There it was. I mean, it wasn't, a big margin at the end there, but they don't put that on the check, right? Marvin Hagler, classy trotter, 20th victory of his career, and like I said, I think he's going to like it here. This is kind of a surface that he should like, and it's certainly been playing in the favor of what his tactics typically are.
Marvin Hagler at 6-5. It's a 3, 2, 7, 8 as we got a couple of price horses under the top 2 to help it pay a little bit. But Marvin Hagler, Austin Sorey with the driving hat trick on the evening. Marvin Hagler, 5-year-old Crazed Bay Gelding, owned by Mary Pedden and Mark McQuarrie. Mark McQuarrie is also the trainer. 4th win this year, 20th lifetime for Marvin Hagler, punching them out in 157 and 1. The 7th race payouts 3 Marvin Hagler, 460, 250, 280. 2 Delgado, 250, a correction, 240 and 250. 7 Insanity, 490. $2 exactor is $7.90. Dollar try, $25.40. Dollar super, $90.75. the seventh race, or finish from the top. 821 765 34. That's 821 765 34 on the bottom. Field for race number 8 on parade. One is Homie Joe, Brett McDonough for Mark McQuarrie, who trains and partners in ownership with Angus McQuarrie and Nicole Pedden. Number 2 is DM John Wick, Child Moore for Don Lindsay, and the lessee is Andrea Lindsay. Number 3 is Captain Butler Todd Ratchford for Mary Ratchford and Nicoliatis. Number 4, Control the Gold. Scott Young for Jessica Hayter, and Ed Hayter shares in ownership with Jessica. 5 is Ham Sandwich, Steve Udon for Laura Toscani. Number 6, B Stoney, Samuel Filia for Mark Winnicott and Jim Maximo Racing. Number 7, Bearcat Willie, Travis Henry for Mike Horner. And a break. He's in control. Lyle MacArthur drives and trains for Linda Wellman and Tammy Aspen. It's a field of 8. Scratch is 9. Better be Gouda. Travis Henry drives 7. Bearcat Willie. And let's get a look at this field. And Rob, I loved all the way through this evening how the different handicappers have had a variety of opinions on different horses. There certainly hasn't been nearly the typical amount of consensus, which tells you a lot about the program here. And again, we have a different one on top. You have Homie Joe, Brett McDonald driving, and is coming in decent form from London.
Yeah, he's coming in decent form, and he's also, classy veteran, right? 29 wins, 290,000 made, third in each of his last two. Last time out, kind of just set an inside trip, and he finished the race with broken equipment. Before that, just got beat by a slim margin to Bolt Powers. So I just think Homie Joe, he should like, kind of the way the track's been playing here. He's one that he's shown some early foot recently, but he's also one that can take a lot of air, Gary, and we've seen those horses that stay on the outside, do pretty well here. Just 1 for 20 on the season. That's obviously a concern, but you see those 8 second place finishes and 3/3, so hitting the board with frequency. I think it's a good spot for him. He's dropping in class, and more than happy to have him on top, especially at a price of 6-1.
Number 8, he's in control, is tough to figure out what to do with this one because might be the best horse in here. 51-3 2 races ago, if not the best, at least one of them. Outside post, and we've seen the outside posts doing fairly well this evening, 8-1.
Yeah, he's been off time, right? That's kind of the big thing. I mean, if he's on a regular schedule with a reasonable post, maybe even that post 8 on a regular schedule, I think you could certainly, bet there with confidence. I mean, he's a horse that he hasn't had the season that he's had in past years this year, but he still has those gears. It's just that, he hasn't raced since April the 20th. So you're quickly approaching almost 2 months off. And I think that he might be kind of handled conservatively tonight because he probably needs to start before he's going to be anywhere near his best. That's why he's 11-1 right now from that morning line of 5-2. But he's one I'm going to keep a close eye on because he's a nice horse in his own right. And if he can come back off this layoff that he's had recently anywhere near his best, then watch out in upcoming starts.
Number 5, Ham Sandwich, one of my favorite horses. And announcers love a gray or a roan in the race. Just makes it easier. And Ham Sandwich actually is an interesting one because every once in a while steps up with a huge effort.
Yep, he does. And he's got that tactical speed. He's a horse that he's probably got, some of the best gears off the gate in the race here. Another horse has missed time, but he does have that qualifier, the little tightener coming into it, where he came out on top in a race where he was overland for quite a ways too. And he's always one that I kind of think he's at his best when he's on the engine or in the 2-hole. So good on him to kind of get that win, even though it was just a qualifier. But when he was on the outside, I think he fits with this group. And I think that, if he ever gets summoned off the gate, he can be in the mix throughout. So 9-1 is a nice price on him as well.
And a thought on 3, Captain Butler, my top pick. I'm not proud, though, 4-5.
Honestly, I have picked him on top so many times in the Horse Players Journal. So if he wins here, it's totally a lack of loyalty on my part, and I'll deserve what I get. I've just been on him so much, and it just hasn't worked out. So tonight I said, you know what? I even though his racing style might benefit the surface here, I decided to go against him. But he's one that I've literally had on top in probably 4 of his last 5 starts.
I love that you have Homie Joe at 6-1. Homie Joe, DM John Wick, and Captain Butler on the inside. Of the center, control the Golden Ham Sandwich, and on the outside, B Stoney. Bearcat Willie, he's in control. It's a field of 8. It's race number 8. Field for the 8th race on a Monday night as we are gathered at the river. at the start. And they're off. Ham Sandwich comes out with B. Stoney. And then Homie Joe, DM John Wick. Captain Butler is fifth away. Then it is Control the Gold and Bearcat Willie. And he's in control, is back trailing the field as they work on around the turn. And Homie Joe on the inside is sitting in the pocket on the back of B. Stoney. It's B. Stoney and Homie Joe. Ham Sandwich third. DM John Wick is fourth. Captain Butler fifth. And then Control the Gold as the field races off the turn. Then for the back to trailing pair, Bearcat Willie, and he's in control. He is trailing the field. B. Stoney and Samuel Filia, 16-1, 26-4, a lively opening quarter. And racing, filling the pocket is Homie Joe in front of Ham Sandwich with DM John Wick fourth on the inside. Captain Butler is on the pylons racing fifth in front of Control the Gold. Then it is Bearcat Willie, and he's in control. B. Stoney races on past the half, 56-1, a 29-2 second panel breather for B. Stoney. Homie Joe is in a good spot second. Ham Sandwich third. DM John Wick moves out. Captain Butler follows DM John Wick and then Control the Gold and Bearcat Willie. And he's in control. B. Stoney still at 16-1 with a lead of a length and a half as they roll their way towards the final turn. Homie Joe is still there in the pocket and is going to be locked down to the inside as DM John Wick comes into the center of the track and is working first over and rolling off cover. Captain Butler is going to pop out right now. Then Ham Sandwich, Control the Gold, and Bearcat Willie, and he's in control. It is B. Stoney who's in control as they turn for home. Homie Joe is looking for some racing room and might be able to get out right now. It is B. Stoney now charging. Here comes Captain Butler. B. Stoney, Captain Butler. Captain Butler. Did the Butler do it? Yes. Finishing second, B. Stoney. Homie Joe was third, 154-3. Captain Butler fell down to 1-2, Rob, and, well, he gets the job done when you get off of him.
Angle, that's what they call it, and it proved positive there. Obviously at a short price, but the thing is, listen, that is a trip we've not seen horses win from, right? We talk about, you don't get the slingshot off cover, and, tough to run them down here. Usually the invisible shield goes up and they hang on the engine. So pretty impressive, late kick there by Captain Butler to convert. I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't think he could do it on the turn there, especially when his cover started backpedaling, into him.
Yeah, and also, at a price of 1-2, it's awfully tough to have a win that's that narrow because he doesn't get the job done until right there in the last 5 feet.
No, it's that surge right at the wire. I mean, like I said, I thought B. Stoney was gonna have the measure of him. It just looked like he kind of he had the jump on him for sure. Homie Joe, got a great trip. I thought he might be a little stronger in the closing strides there. He just he couldn't kind of get any momentum going out of the pocket. But yeah, Captain Butler. I mean, that was the and again, this is an easier spot, but that was what I was hoping for in some of those races at Mohawk Park. Maybe I'll jump on his bandwagon again. But you know what? The connections are probably going to say, please don't, Rob. Please stay off him. But, Todd Ratchford, I got to say, I've really enjoyed watching him, come into his own and have success as a driver. I've been a fan of his for a while and happy to see him get in the winner's circle here at the River.
And a good patient drive by Brett McDonald. It might have looked like he made a mistake staying in, but he actually had enough a track. It just the horse flattened out.
Yeah, oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, staying in ended up being the right move. Just didn't work out. There wasn't enough horsepower for him to get there. But Captain Butler sure had the horsepower. Nice timed victory right on the wire.
It's a 3-6-1-4 top four, and Captain Butler is a 5-year-old Captain Treacherous bay gelding, owned by Nick Liadis, trained by Mary Ratchford. And the winning drive to Todd Ratchford. Second win this year, 9th lifetime. Captain Butler. The Butler did it in 154-3. Eighth race payouts: three Captain Butler, $3, 260, 210, six B Stony, 10, 10, 5, 10, one Homie Joe, 250, $2 exactor, 36.80, dollar try, 43.60, dollar super, 100, 12.65. Eighth race, order of finish from the top down. 381 472 65 scratch. That's 381 472 65 scratch on the bottom. Field on post parade for the ninth one. Tijuana Sister, Todd Ratchford for Jacob Roberts and Triple S Equine. Number 2 is Cora. It's Ryan DeRush, driving and training and owning. 3 is Texaco Man, Travis Henry for Francis Gilmet and Erica Beausejour. And 4 is Petro Angel, Brett Madonna for Daryl Laver. 5 is Last Shot, Sylvain Fillion for Brittany Kennedy.
Going to 7 out C6.
Number 7, Raise a Little Hill, Scott Young for Gary Murner and Gino Toscani. There is number 8, Willie or Won't He, Austin Sorry for Kyle Bostons and Phil McGuire. And note that number 6 was Lions Wish. Jason Ryan for Francis Gilmet and Peter Dallas. Field of 8, race number 9, a good field of trotters. Rob, let's get a look at this field. And your top pick 5, Last Shot. I got a lot of respect for this one. Gets down in class to a level that Last Shot's going to be very tough. And you get Sylvain Fillion, who's having a very good year. Last Shot could be the one to get the job done after all here in this 9th race.
Sam Fillion, and listen, this is she's a classy trotter, and the thing is with her is I usually like to see how she looks pre-race because when she's kind of amped up, I think she races a little bit better. But she's kind of going along slowly right now, and last time out, she really just kind of trailing post is tricky at London as well. She ended up finishing fifth against a solid group. Before that, I mean, you can see she's just a couple starts removed from a third into preferred ranks, and before that in the top condition class, she absolutely blew them away. So I think she's the one you have to respect. I just wish we saw a little more, pep in her step because usually that's when she goes out there and shows it on the track. But still like her chances, 8-5, a little shorter than I expected. Um, and again, a horse that I'd like to see picking up a little bit out there pre-race.
Number 4, Petro Angel, is one that I used for third, you used for second. Petro Angel, though, is one that sometimes it's hard to time because she's been a little inconsistent.
Yeah, but she raised her game recently, right? She had back-to-back wins at the raceway before that preferred start, April 23rd, that were remarkable. I think they switched to the pop-out plugs in those efforts, and it certainly proved positive for her. And since then she's had to take on some tough groups, including she went to Mohawk Park. She blew up the tote board at 22 to 1 3 starts ago. Last time out, I thought it was a decent effort at Dresden. She was overland a long way before only getting beaten by a couple lengths to heavy duty on a track that favored horses that were on the engine. So I think that she's in with a pretty good chance here. I mean, races for a strong barn of Daryl Laver, and I kind of has that style. At least she has recently. That's kind of been working here, right? Kind of grinding it on the outside. So 5-1. I like the price on the 4 Petro Angel.
I didn't get to 3 Texaco Man in my top 4, but comes in off of a big winning effort. Is in tougher, though.
It is tougher, and you know what? His style has been tough to get there. We just saw Captain Butler kind of win with the kind of style Texaco Man likely is going to try to win with, and that's kind of just one that comes from just off the pace or sometimes far off the pace. It does have some gears off the gate, but usually he's getting into the mix later in the miles. So I think you've got to use him in the exotics, but it might be tough for him to get on the business end of this.
My top pick is one Tijuana Sister, your fourth choice. And of course, last year we loved Tijuana Sister, but this is a different track.
Yeah, different track. So it's one of those ones where you'd love to say, well, she loves it here at the river, and she does, but it's a different track configuration now. But boy, was she ever fun to watch! Last year during her streak here, and we've seen some of that fighting in her recently. That start two back was a good one. Last time out even was decent too. Let's get Sonarchuk, Perfetto, and a pretty good group at Georgian. I just kind of wanted to take a wait and see approach with her over the 5/8 and with a chance, but I couldn't put her on top. And the 2-1 to me, in my opinion, is a little too short.
Well, it is Tijuana Sister on the inside with Cora and Texaco Man. In the center, Petro Angel. Last shot to the outside, Lion's Wish. Raise a little hill, and Willier, won't he? Field of 8. Race number 9. They're in the backstretch. Gathering speed approaching the start. And the field 4. Race number 9 is at the start of the rough, and Willier won't. He's going to blast out with Lion's Wish. Also, Petro Angel on the inside. Tijuana Sealster now is driving on through. Willier won't. Tijuana Sealster. Then Petro Angel and Lion's Wish. Then back to Cora. Last shot. Further back is Texaco Man, and Raise a Little Hill is trailing the field. Willier won't. He was able to make it to the front from post 8 at 25-1. Tijuana Sealster, the 4-5 favorite, is filling the pocket. Then third in line is Petro Angel as they race the way off the turn. And fourth now, off that opening quarter of 27-2, coming up towards us is Lion's Wish. Then it is back to Cora. Last shot has just 2 beaten right now, Texaco Man and Raise a Little Hill. Willier won't he as the field heads up towards the half of a 27-2 opening quarter. Willier won't he blasted to the front from post 8, and in that pocket position is Tijuana Sealster, the 4-5 favorite. Petro Angel is racing third and is looking to come to the outside right now. Lion's Wish is fourth. Last shot is moving up now, getting a little closer, gapped in the cover though, and then it is back to Texaco Man and Cora and Raise a Little Hill. Petro Angel now challenging Willier won't he? Tijuana Sealster says it's time to get out now. Petro Angel has come on to get the lead. Tijuana Sealster is second. Willier won't he backs away. Last shot has made it up to fourth and is about to take over third, but it is Petro Angel. Tijuana Sealster has work to do because Petro Angel at 6-1 is open to lead. 3/4 127-2. Petro Angel, Tijuana Sealster chasing. Then it is last shot. Willier won't he and Texaco Man on down the stretch. Route they come, and Petro Angel has plenty of petrol in the 9th race and is going to win it and take it by about 4. Tijuana Sealster finishing second. Then it was last shot and cut a 157-2. Petro Angel was able to get away and then make it too tough for Tijuana Sealster to catch up. Mile of 57-2. Rob Petro Angel full marks. Brett McDonald with a strong effort there.
You know what? Kind of what I thought she might be able to do, right? I mentioned that those victories of the Raceway back in April, they were both first over scores, and she did it with ease. And then since then, she's had to face tougher. Even went to Mohawk Park to the big track. Last time out, I thought it was a good effort over a speed favoring track where she was on the outside. And we've seen first over kind of be the place to be here at the river. And when she came first up, I said, oh, this is going to be big trouble for the rest of them because she kind of swells up in that position, especially when she kind of clears to the lead. And you could see that obviously Willie Rwoni coming off of a layoff was getting a little bit tired when she kind of marched up beside him. So big win for Petro Angel. Daryl Laver having a heck of a year right now, batting 306 and chalk up another one.
And I like the way that Brett just kept that horse rolling. Once he did manage to get up to the front, don't let them come after you. Open enough daylight that a very game Tijuana Sealster did look sharp, just too tough.
Yeah, just too tough to reel her in. But the thing is, like I said, Petro Angel, she really kind of thrives off that trip, and like I said, if she got in that position tonight, I thought she'd be tough, and that's exactly what happened. I'm surprised she's 6-1, to be perfectly honest. I thought she fit the race pretty well. Tijuana Sealster 4-5, a good second. Last shot, I didn't see that fire I see sometimes before the race with her. Figured it likely be a trip kind of coming from, off the pace. That's what she did again, and she finishes third. So we'll keep an eye on her. When she looks fired up before the race, she brings her best, and maybe that's what we'll see next time.
Corral comes in from a race at Hanover, a victory at Hanover, 19-1. 4-1-5-2 is the top 4. Back in front of us is number 4, Petro Angel. 6-year-old Archangel Brown mare. Owned and trained by Daryl Laver. It's the 5th win this year. And it is the 21st win lifetime. Brett McDonald with the driving double. Petro Angel, 157 and 2. Ninth race payouts for Petro Angel, $14, 510, 320. One Tijuana Sister, 310, 230. Five last shot, 280. $2 exactor, $27. Dollar try, 33.20. Dollar super, 101.95. Ninth race, order of finish from the top down to 245 13867. That's 245 13867. Field for race number 10 on Post Parade. One is It Takes Two. Jason Rye drives for Scott McNiven. The owners are Kimberly McNiven and Bradley Douglas. Number 2 is Holly's Treasure. Colin Kelly for Cassidy Schneider and Colonel Schneider Jr. Number 3 is Hardy's Ideal. Samuel Filya for Robert Kyle Fellows in Hut Racing. And number 4, I'm a Rocket. Jay Harris for Shane Barrington. Number 6 is Beach Tour. Brett McDonough for Mike Horner and RAW Equine. Number 7 is Bolt Power. Todd Ratchford for Mariel Edberg and Brenda Darrable. 8 is Ideal Perception. Anthony Hahn for Anthony Beaton and Lisa Lafort. 9 is Whitmere Roland Pop. Travis Henry for Gary Murner and Andrea Leon. And note that 5 is Larry Carr. Austin Sorry for Dean Nixon and Earl Hill Jr. It's a field of 9, and there is now joining his 5, Larry Carr. It's a field of 9 for the 10th and final dash. Preferred 2 on the pace, and a very good bunch. And, well, first up, we're going to take a look at number 3, Artie's Ideal. Now, 5 Larry Carr, 8 to 5 on the board, but Artie's Ideal is offering a better price. And your thoughts on that last race at London, the Bulldog at London? That was a nice effort, and Artie's Ideal just missed.
And Holly's Treasure, big effort to go all the way on the engine there from the winningest post at the raceway this season, post 4. Artie's Ideal got away, kind of was blasting off the wings of the gate from post 6, had to tuck in the 3-hole, stayed in that spot. And then when things opened up in the stretch, he kind of punched forward and just missed by a nose. I needed him desperately. I was on the COSA TV broadcast that night. He was one that I was very fond of, Gary, because the start before, 11 days earlier, he was actually coming around for the lead. Better Be Good and made a break in stride and kind of wiped him out. Like, it shows him on top the whole way, but he got wiped out midway through the opening quarter and then had to kind of regather himself and then still accelerate for the lead and still only missed by about half a length with broken equipment. So I had to come back to him. He's been second in his last 2. I thought he raced very well in each of those efforts. Good draw tonight. I'm hoping for another, favorable trip, but I'm hoping to get his nose to the wire first this time around. 4 to 1's not a bad price at all.
I'm on number 5, Larry Carr at 9 to 5, and I'm not shocked that one's the favorite off a mile of 51 at Mohawk. Last couple races really good. Nice turnaround. It dropped it down. Had been facing way tougher.
Yeah, this is one heck of a field, isn't it? And we've got a lot of horses that have won, a lot of races in their career, have all kinds of earnings, and Larry Carr is one of them. 33-time winner, a mark of 49-4, 392,000 made, and last time out got beat by Sometime Somewhere, who put up a huge effort in the victory after this one chopped out the opening 3 quarters. Time before that, similar trip. That time, That'll Be Tire. That horse was racing off the claim for Carmen Osceola on that occasion. So Larry Carr, kind of got down to that more palatable level in his last 2 at Mohawk Park, raced really well, and now I think he gets into a class he kind of suits here. I mean, this is a preferred 2, but wow, I mean, this is a really nice assortment of quality racehorses, and I think you're going to see a heck of a dash. And Larry Carr, he should, obviously be in the mix throughout with his tactical speed. Even money on the board to me is a bit short, but would not be surprised to see him take this out.
It Takes Two is 9 to 2 on the board. Inside position, 8 wins and 18 starts in the year. Can he get off the gate from the inside?
Yeah, I mean, I think he can. It's interesting because he's a horse that can kind of do it every which way. He's a horse that's actually won it. I've seen him win it first over. I've seen him win it on the engine. Last time out, he was kind of blasting off the wings of the gate when he made that break in stride and ended up obviously getting distanced in that Bulldog Hanover preferred there. Before that was racing at Mohawk Park. He lit up the tote board, kind of getting an inside trip, then angling to the outside with all kinds of pace late in a non-winners of lifetime condition, April 20th there. But I think he's going to like the surface here. He's coming off a break, though, might get handled conservatively. Tricky spot to start from when you're coming off a break, but he can certainly be in the mix. 9-2 is probably about the right price on him.
And 8-1 on Holly's Treasure. That seems like value.
Off a big win too. I mean, Colin Kelly jumped aboard last time, won all the way on the engine. Will likely be forward the place again today. That price is absurd. I mean, way too high.
Yes, Holly's Treasure is sitting at 9-1 now. It's a field of 9 for the 10th dash. They're into the backstretch, approaching the start. Field for the finale on a Monday night at the river. They are gathering in behind the gates. And the field for race number 10. At the start, and they're off, and Larry Carr comes blasting out. Artie's Ideal and Holly's Treasure. It takes two, takes position 4. Then I'm a Rocket. Woodmere Roll and Pop, Beach Tour, then back to Bolt Power, and Ideal Perception trailing the field. Larry Carr fell to 3-5 on the board and grabs a quick lead of about 3. Holly's Treasure second, Artie's Ideal is third. Then it takes 2. Woodmere Roll and Pop, and I'm a Rocket. Then it is Beach Tour and Bolt Power. And Ideal Perception is trailing the field. They race the way off the turn. Larry Carr and Austin Surrey's got the lead. Sharp right now leads by 2 1/4. Holly's Treasure is racing second. Artie's Ideal, it takes 2. Fifth is Woodmere Roll and Pop. Then it is I'm a Rocket. And back further is Beach Tour. Then it is Bolt Power and Ideal Perception. And they work their way on into the backstretch of halftime, which was recorded in 53-4. Larry Carr. Holly's Treasure is staying within pouncing distance, and then a gap of 3. Artie's Ideal, it takes 2, is taken to the outside. Woodmere Roll and Pop is racing Feb, and then it is Beach Tour. I'm a Rocket. Bolt Power, Ideal Perception trailing the field. Larry Carr trying to bottom out the field, leads by 2, but Holly's Treasure is not going away just that easily and is chipping away. It takes 2 is getting a little closer. Artie's Ideal is racing fourth. Woodmere Roll and Pop is rolling fifth and moving. And then from the backfield, I'm a Rocket and Beach Tour. It is Larry Carr under siege. It takes 2, looking for the inside Holly's Treasure. And then out wide and charging is Woodmere Roll and Pop. On down the stretch drive they come. And then on the outside, Woodmere Roll and Pop at 30-1's going to win it. It takes 2 was second. I'm a Rocket. And then it was Larry Carr. Mile of 151-2. Now we have a substantial track record. Woodmere Roll and Pop, an unlikely winner from the trailer post nonetheless at 30-1, Rob.
Way in the finale, Gary. And you know what? It's interesting on X tonight or Twitter. A lot of people talking about, how this track has kind of created action, right? Action and flow. Well, look at this in the last turn here. I mean, it's essentially a cavalry charge. Larry Carr setting hot fractions on the engine, but everybody, or most of the field anyways, in contention to win it. And here comes Woodmere Roll and Pop, just rolling off his cover and winning it convincingly as well at a big price. Like you said, we've got a substantial track record now, 51-2. We kind of said it, right? Off the air, we said that we're going to see the track record kind of get set in this race. It was such a good field, good quality field. Didn't see Woodmere Roll and Pop coming out victorious in here. Just 3-1 in the morning line. Bombs away winner in the finale, but Gary Murner has him doing good things, right? Off a win. Never want to ignore a horse off a win. I ignored him. Hopefully someone takes home a nice ticket here.
Well, he's got 5 wins in 14 starts in the year, and as you mentioned, off of a win. And came home at 26-3 in that one, so was flying late in that one and flying late here. This is going to be a lovely ticket if somebody has it. 91453. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, if someone has it, that's the key, right? 3-1 on top. And we talk about it. Maybe we can start using that phrase again, right? If you like the one, you like the 9. It takes 2. First over grinder. He led Woodmere Roll and Pop to the promised land. Just one heck of a horse race.
And Larry Carr looked good for a good chunk of the way, but he managed to only stick around for 4th.
Yeah, he ends up being the rabbit. Right? I mean, those are really big fractions. I mean, he sticks around for fourth, a 3 to 5, and it should lead to a monstrous payout if there is one at all.
Back in front of us is 9, Woodmere Rollin' Pop, a 7-year-old Roll With It Harry Bay gelding by Andrea Leon. Gary Murner is the trainer. Travis Henry the winning drive, 6th win of the year. 30th win lifetime for Woodmere Rollin' Pop, 151 and 2. The 10th race payouts 9 Woodmere Rollin' Pop, 68.30, $22.1070. 1 It Takes Two, 5.30, $3.90. 4 I'm a Rocket, 8.10. $2 exactor, 203.80. Dollar try, 878.15. Double of 4 and 9, $282.70. And the dollar pick 3, 342.75. Dollar pick 4, 1 pays 1,274.80. A dollar pick 5, 3,386.85, and a 20-cent high 5, 2,701.88. Ka-ching! The 10th race order of finish from the top down to 753469812. That is 275-346-9812. Woodmere Rollin' Pop scores in the 10th and final dash. That does conclude the live harness racing program for this Monday evening. Note that racing action resumes on this coming Wednesday. First race, 6:30 p.m. Buenas noches, amigos. Good night, everybody.